welcome to Update Novi. I'm your host, Cheryl Walsh-Malloy, and with me today, as always, is the Honorable Mayor Bob Gatt. Mayor, welcome.
Thank you, thank you. I'm excited today.
I'm excited too. This is the first time, I should introduce David first.
Yes.
Before we give the audience.
Before we talk about how excited we are.
Yeah. David, what is your last name?
My last name's Koshizawa.
So.
Say that again.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
David is the head chef, chef
instructor. Yep.
Here at the Art Institute's Culinary School.
Yep.
So I'm going to forget the last name because I will never
say Chef
it.
David and call it a day.
Chef David, I got it. And the head instructor at the Culinary School.
Here in Novi.
Here in Novi. So I've spilled the beans. We are at one of the crown jewels of Novi, one of the best kept secrets, the Culinary School here at the Art Institute. And this is the first time, I will let you all know, that we have filmed before a live studio.
A live studio
kitchen audience. A live kitchen audience. So you guys, they're going to be judging your skills
I'm kind of nervous.
You notice I
nervous.
did not don the hat or apron because I am not cooking.
No, I see that.
So thank you for hosting, and
it's my
thank
pleasure.
you, my dear friend Shannon back there who's watching us, and Tracy for allowing us to come into your kitchen here. Tell us a little bit about the culinary school or the school here at Art Institute, because I think Art Institute has the name. We all think of graphics, maybe the more literal arts, not the art of cooking.
Right.
So the culinary school is just one of the disciplines, and maybe you could share with us a little bit about that.
So the culinary program, there's basically 3 types of programs. We have a diploma, we have an associate's degree, and we have a bachelor's degree. So obviously with the different degrees, you have more advancement in that sense.
Okay.
So with traditionally most students will take the associate's program. It's about 2 years or so. And they'll have practical hands-on cooking classes, as well as they will have traditional lecture classes. It's usually about half and half or so. We always encourage students to always take half lecture and half kitchen, because if they take all their kitchen classes first, then they won't have any more kitchen classes towards the end of their career. So we always try to have them split it up.
Are you saying this is where the real fun is, Chef
It's always
David?
more fun doing things with your hands. Always.
I agree.
Hands-on is always the best thing to do. So should we talk about?
Let's go back. You said most students take a 2-year, which is an associate's, but there is a bachelor's program that's offered. At the end of that 2 years, with their associate's degree, the students that have finished, do they go on to be chefs in local restaurants? Do they leave and go to Chicago, New York, or is that more of a 4-year degree type?
Well, it all depends on your experience.
Okay.
So one thing that we always like to encourage is for students, whenever they're in culinary school, to also try to get some kind of a part-time restaurant job. So that way they have both practical experience at work, and then they also have school experience when they're in school. So if they have those 2 things under their belt, once they graduate, they're able to get, I would say, more of a management position, versus if you graduate with an associate's degree with 0 experience, you could be a great line cook, and then from then on, you can move on and become a sous chef or an executive chef at a restaurant.
Okay.
And when it comes to graduates, we've had a whole slew of, I guess pretty famous students or graduates who've been on TV, who've done all kinds of great things like that. So, I always say, it's the amount of effort you put into it will pay off. And
you're on TV right now.
I know I am.
And I know from talking with Shannon that your placement rate is extremely high.
Yes, it is.
For students that come out of the art, not just here, but the Art Institute in general.
Correct.
That your placement out in the field and actual experience is extremely high. So it's a wonderful benefit to the students that attend here.
Most
definitely. And I'm sure the hands-on experience does help that.
Most definitely. And also, too, as us chefs, we network very closely with all the chefs in this area. So, I mean, for me personally, the 10 years that I've been here, I've probably placed a good 500 to 600 students in actual restaurants. Not just this area, but even across the United States. So,
wonderful.
I always say, whenever a student comes into my class, as long as they treat this like an ongoing job interview, it's easier for me to place students because I can trust them. I know what they're going to be, what their capabilities are.
So I whipped up this pasta.
Yes, you did.
And brought it for you guys today. What are we gonna do with the
So
pasta?
we had made some fresh fettuccine pasta.
That is fresh. too.
Simple
That's
recipe. And what we're going to do is we're just going to simply cook this off. It takes about a minute or so, and then we're just going to toss in some fresh tomato sauce, garnish it with a little bit of fresh Parmesan cheese, a little bit of fried basil, and then we're going to taste and eat this. All right?
Did you wash your hands?
I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
just double checking.
Did you?
I'm good.
I did not.
I'm not gonna touch it.
I'll touch it. So what the first step is just to put the...
Yep, so we are going to place, I would say, a good handful of this into
With
the
your hand.
basket.
Just
Yeah,
like you
totally.
would at home.
Just like I do at home.
Just
Not
like you do
like
at home.
dumping the
Yep,
box
break it
out.
all up. There you go. Perfect.
good.
And then we're going to take this to the stove. We're going to boil it for a minute,
Okay.
and we are ready to go.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, okay.
All right.
Oh, I'm just going to
Yep, we're going to boil
set
this.
that in there.
And then we'll turn this on. So we'll turn this on high.
Okay.
We'll wait for the sauce to get nice and hot. Go ahead
Now,
and grab
Chef David,
that
what
out.
kind of sauce is
This
this?
is a fresh tomato sauce.
Fresh tomato. It looks like it's a creamy tomato.
So we pureed everything so it's a
pureed
little
it.
bit smoother.
Okay.
Am I doing this right?
Yep, perfect. So then we'll let this cook for maybe a couple of more seconds.
Okay.
And then we are ready to cook.
And what are we going to do? Just take that out and let it drain?
Yes, sir. We are going to add the pasta into the tomato sauce. You also want to add a little bit of the pasta water in there
Oh,
because it'll help also thicken the sauce.
Really?
Yep.
See, I would
because
have
it has a
thought
little
that
bit of
would-
starch from
okay.
the
I would have
flour.
thought
you
that
put
that.
salt in there at all?
Always,
Oh,
always.
yeah, me
Salted like the ocean.
I love
Salted
salt.
like the ocean.
So a little bit of pasta water in your sauce helps it to thicken.
Yes.
Interesting.
So just when we drain it, just let a little drain into
Correct.
it? Yeah.
All right, so we are ready. So we
Okay.
are going to then pour this
See how that drains
into
in
the
there?
sauce.
Yeah, look
Okay.
at that.
And then, Mr. Mayor, you'll grab these tongs and you'll just kind of lightly and gently toss this. Just kind of, there we go. Beautiful.
Just
You know,
like
I
at
cook at
home.
home all the time, but I sing.
Beautiful.
Oh, solo mio.
Beautiful.
Uh-huh. Come on.
You probably have a little glass of vino too.
I have
though.
some vino with me. My cat sits there and watches, and
There you go.
Life
that's
is
it.
good.
That's it. Life is good.
All right, so
Wow,
we are ready
it
to
did
plate
thicken
this.
up. I'm amazed.
We are ready to plate this, so we will turn around
Okay.
and we will take this to the
I
right on the,
I'm gonna use
towel.
that.
Yep.
Okay. You
Put it
take
right
this
on
over
that
here.
towel.
Put this right here
Perfect.
like that.
So then we will take some of the pasta. We will just plate it nicely in the center
Oh,
of the
sorry. Yeah,
plate.
it's got to be hot.
Okay. I'm just gonna do this. Sure. You don't want to
Now,
make a
Chef
mess.
David,
Yes.
would this be something that they would serve?
This would be something that they would basically practice, and then they would understand the concept of making pasta and tomato sauce.
Okay.
They would try it, and then once they are in their towards their last year of their culinary career here, they will take the restaurant
sorry.
class, and then in the restaurant class is when they will be serving the food that they make
Okay.
to the public.
And obviously, no disrespect, Mayor.
Hey, you be
There's
quiet
a
now.
class on presentation as
Oh,
well.
100%, 100%. Every class has an area of
I
presentation.
should put that down on her finger. Okay, so I got.
So then we could take a little bit of the sauce, a little extra sauce, just to kind of cover it up a little bit.
Yeah, cover it up a
Oh,
little bit.
see, that's what
Yeah.
that's what I meant.
Little sauce, little sauce.
Yeah.
And
then
now
we'll
here
garnish
comes the
it with a little bit of
presentation part.
Parmesan.
Garnish it with little Parmesan, a little.
Oops,
That
sure.
too. Wipe some of the plates off.
Yeah. So my critic doesn't get too mad at me.
Just give them a couple of bucks. They'll be nice.
Okay.
All right.
Look at
Wipe.
that.
And then a little bit of fried basil just for a little texture and color.
Just
Oh,
put one-
beautiful.
Look at that.
Fried basil?
Not to
Yeah.
eat though. It's just for presentation.
No, you could eat that.
No, I don't.
You could eat basil's delicious. But when you say fried, how did you do that?
So we took a 300-degree oil and we just lightly fried it until it basically stops bubbling. That means it dehydrated and it's ready to go.
Look at this. Come on.
Beautiful. The basil looks amazing too. Great job.
I think. Come on now.
Very good.
The presentation's not too bad.
So really quickly, before we wrap up this segment of the show, I've alluded to the restaurant. Hours of operation, because I truly believe it's one of the best kept secrets in Novi.
is.
Absolutely.
It's 5-star. Is there 5-star restaurants?
Sure.
Or is there 4-star?
It could be 10 stars.
10-star.
Right?
It's a 10-star restaurant
Yeah.
in Novi.
20 stars.
20 star. Okay,
Yeah.
20. The highest star restaurant in Novi. The food quality is absolutely phenomenal at
You keep talking. Sir.
great prices.
Yes.
So what days are they open?
So we are open starting next week, or actually this week,
Okay.
Wednesdays and Thursdays,
Okay.
from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
11 to 1, and it's called the Great Lakes Bistro.
Correct.
Here at the Art Institute. If you're interested and you're watching this, I would encourage you to go on to the Art Institute's website, Great Lakes Bistro, and make a reservation because it is quite the popular restaurant. I know seating is limited. Everyone I bring here, we love coming, and it's like the Hell's Kitchen of Novi, I say, because you can actually watch them on the
Absolutely.
TVs preparing your food, and it's a great experience. Those that are serving you are students, those that are making your food are students.
Correct.
So it's a great opportunity, and seriously, the food is hands down some of the best in Novi.
Thank you so much.
So-
we
You
appreciate
might
that.
even get something that the mayor made.
You might even. How is that?
This is delicious. Who made this sauce? Congratulations. This
She made the sauce. Good for you.
is delicious. Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for indulging me again on one of our travels around Novi, and
This is fun.
it is fun, and it's.
We should come back here when they're baking, though.
We should. Those of you that are the bakers, we're going to come back and do a baking class. I'll wear a ponytail, wear my hair in a hat, I promise.
Excellent.
But thank you, students, too. Without your time, energy, talents here, there'd be no Art Institute. So I thank you, too, for your investment in our Novi. Chef David, thank you for
Thank you.
hosting us.
Thank you
and
so much.
we appreciate and are just so blessed to have the Art Institute here.
What's your favorite thing to cook? Before we
Everything.
go.
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. Okay.
Everything. Okay? Stay tuned, because when Mayor Gatt and I come back, we'll update you on all the latest things happening in Novi right here from the Art Institute of Michigan. Don't go away. Hello and welcome back to Update Novi. Mayor Gatt and I have now moved to the Great Lakes Bistro.
This is beautiful.
We're the only ones in here.
We are the only ones in here.
I
Well,
think
Josh
we-
and Damon are.
Oh, Josh and Damon are in here, but so we just alluded to at the end of the first segment, the Great Lakes Bistro, and as you can see, the viewing audience, it is very limited seating.
Yeah.
But seriously,
About 20 people.
you've been here, you've eaten here.
I've eaten here a couple times, but it is hidden, and not many people in Novi know it's here.
So Wednesdays and Thursdays only from 11 to
Okay.
1. So they only do lunches, but it's a phenomenal experience.
What's the menu like?
You know what? From what I recall, it's a little bit of everything. It's typically a one page, but it changes
Okay.
every day. And there's hamburgers, there's salad. Oh, look, Josh has one for us.
Oh.
There's hamburgers, there's salads, there's typically a chicken or fish entree.
Soup.
The desserts are phenomenal.
Sorted selections are prepared by our advanced and European
Yep.
cakes and torts classes. Yeah, this looks phenomenal.
So it's great. It's great quality. It's a great experience. And
The prices aren't bad. A good big sandwich for $7.
the prices are extremely reasonable. So anyways, the Art Institute, great partner with the city. It's fun to have the students come out and do some things graphically for the city. They have done some cakes or treats for the daddy-daughter dance and a variety of things. So they're a great city
We
partner.
should do something, maybe have them come over and cook for a bunch of us.
Okay, it'll be fun.
A city council function or something.
It'd be fun. When we host Claire, we try to bring them here. It's a great opportunity.
Okay.
And you know what? Where else can you get a napkin folded like?
I would like that.
I fold mine like trees at the holiday time, but this is just stellar.
Can you see that? I mean, I wonder how they do that.
It's just beautiful. I'm sure they can see it. So let's talk about what's going on in Novi.
Novi's a happening place, Cheryl. Novi's a happening place. There's all kinds of things going on, planned for the future, and
So, to plan for the future, let's talk that City Council recently approved improvements to the Department of Public Services facility
the police pistol range.
and the police Firearms Training
To the
Center.
tunes of about $11 million improvements.
So it was voter approved in the capital improvement millage
Yes, it was.
a year and a half, 2 years ago now.
Yes, yes.
And so there's going to be no increase to taxes. This
Oh,
is
no,
all,
no, no,
people
no.
are already seeing this.
It's already budgeted, absolutely.
It's already budgeted.
And what it's going to do is provide a shelter, a home for all those heavy-duty equipment machines that you see plowing the snow and fixing the streets. and
Every
so on.
machine deserves a home, you know.
Yeah. Well, every machine does deserve a home, and we're going to give it a nice home, as a matter of fact, $11 million home.
So, and I joke, but I'm in all seriousness. The
No, in all
equipment that
seriousness,
you
it's very
refer to,
important. It's very
It's
important.
extremely important
Yeah.
for the equipment,
Well, the equipment
to have
costs so
shelter.
much money, and
Correct.
this makes it last
The
longer.
wear, tear, it being out in the elements and not being in a protected space, it does cost the city money.
It does.
So this will provide an opportunity for.
This is an investment,
Correct.
absolutely.
And-
And the pistol range improvement, that's also an investment.
The Firearms Training Center
Exactly.
is a classroom that's being expanded,
That's correct.
right? We rent it out daily.
We rented out, I didn't know it was daily, but I know we just celebrated $1 million worth of
Mm-hmm.
revenue since that building opened up several years ago, yes.
So great, that's something new and exciting. You know, that's off the beaten path. So to say people will see it, they won't see it. But I do hope that when we're completed, we do have a big open house because, you know, it's one of the things when we host the Ambassador Academy or Novi University, people don't realize the size of the equipment. You know,
So you're up close.
they don't. And all the things that our DPS does, from sign making, street maintenance, water main repair, you know, there's a variety of things. So it'll be
Part
a
of
great
public
opportunity.
safety, you know, we always think of public safety as police and fire, but I always add DPS in there
Have
because
to.
they have to maintain our roads and
Yep.
so on and so forth.
So that's something new. We're on the quick door to opening of Spring Palooza, if spring ever gets here.
Spring Palooza, yeah, you know, I guarantee everybody this, by the 4th of July, it's going to be warm.
It will be. You're
will
right.
be, yeah.
It will.
Whether it's warm for the Palooza or not,
It's
that's
May
May 18th, yeah. It's not gonna be cold. It won't snow.
It can't be worse than last year.
Last year it rained.
It was
a
so
cold
drizzly
rain
and cold,
too. It was
and we thought it would dampen people's
Yeah,
spirits, and we
did
had
not. It
3,000
was
4,000 people come out.
packed, yeah.
So it was nice.
It was fun. That was our first Palooza.
Yep.
And so this year is even gonna be a bigger Palooza.
It will be a
I like
bigger
that
Palooza.
word,
I like
Palooza.
that word too. So it's a super fun night for families and
Yeah.
young and old, the kids and kids at heart to come out. There's everything from the
Do we have entertainment this year?
we do. We have the city hall will be open. The police department will be open. The fire will be there. We've got live entertainment on the stage. We've got the rock and roll canines coming. You know, everything.
great.
There's bounce houses galore. There's that bubble soccer and cornhole. And
And I read somewhere where you have food trucks coming.
we do have food trucks this year. There'll be free hot dogs,
Free
as
hot
we
dogs.
always have.
Yep.
But we're, you know, supplementing with
Yeah.
fried chicken and mini donuts and all kinds of good things. So it'll be a fun. It'll
sounds
be a fun.
healthy and fun.
It does.
Yeah.
And it'll end
Maybe.
with a movie on the lawn again.
Yeah.
So it's super
Yeah.
fun night.
Good.
And
That's
so that's
May
good times.
18th,
Yep.
yeah.
May 18th.
And city council, we haven't started public discussions yet, but it's marching toward some improvements up at Lakeshore Park. Nothing's been decided yet as to the final
Nope.
the final product, but something's going to happen.
No, and you know what? That's a great point because we just actually talked about this in an internal meeting earlier that we held that meeting in the wintertime.
Yes, we did.
And a lot of great suggestions, comments, an opportunity for city council administrative staff to listen and went back to the drawing board, you know, had to look at and weigh some of the options and strategize how things could be accomplished or couldn't be accomplished. And we are anticipating hearing back from the architects in pretty soon, within the
Okay.
next couple weeks.
Okay.
So I agree with you that later this spring, we'll probably hear a little bit more about what's going on at Lakeshore.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's something that the council can embrace and move forward with.
Me too.
Yeah.
So road construction will be happening. We've got a few
Get
meetings
ready for
coming
the
up.
orange barrels.
Yep,
Yeah.
get ready and out
Taft
of
Road,
neighborhood, Taft
between
Road.
Grand River and 10 Mile.
Yep, and 13 Mile between Meadowbrook and Novi Road. Napier's under construction now
Yes.
by the Road Commission. That
By
is.
the Road Commission, all all sorts of projects that the road commission will be doing. So, we pay the price by having to stop and go, but it's worth it because our roads need a lot of attention. Yeah.
Napier Road, it would be remiss if we didn't talk about Villa Bar, the David Bar property, which is the Villa Bar Park. Improvements are going to be made to that here this spring, late summer.
We're putting in a parking lot. We're
putting in a
put in
parking lot and a
walkway
walkway.
around
So that
the-
park will be open to the public.
Yeah. And Cheryl, we should, in Novi, be so proud of that because it's so unique, so different.
is.
You can't find something like that probably within 100 miles of Novi, if that. And it's ours. We own that. So I would hope that all the residents avail themselves of that opportunity to go on out there. It's a nice drive. It's out in the country.
Yep.
And take your children and take a look at some of this sculpture art that is
A
located
world-renowned
there.
artist,
Yeah,
actually,
absolutely.
created.
Yeah.
So, good stuff.
All good stuff. A lot of good stuff happening. The state fair is just around the corner. They've been certainly talking about that for the last several months. I'm not sure. Are we going to have that 4th of July festival?
Stars and Stripes is coming back. I've heard that.
Okay, I haven't
Yep.
heard that yet.
I have
So-
heard that the Stars and Stripes is coming back. The main event will be on Main Street in August this year.
Yep.
Then, like you said, Labor Day will have the Michigan State Fair, and before you know it, we'll be into the holidays and Novi's 50th anniversary next year.
Novi's 50th anniversary is this coming year, correct?
2019.
This coming year. We're in
Yes.
18, so it'd be this
You
coming
got
year.
it.
So it'd be next year. But planning is starting already.
Planning is underway.
50th anniversary, that's good stuff.
It is good
Yeah.
stuff. 1969.
69 is when we became a city.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't here then, but I was very shortly there afterwards, yeah. And it was a whole different city than it is now.
It's been fun. It's been fun. Our team has been delving into some of the stories and some of the history. And, one of the challenges has been Novi's history predates 1969.
Oh, Novi,
by
yeah,
another
we were
50
a village
years,
and township and everything, absolutely.
Prior
yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
But still in 1969, the apple trees and the orchards were definitely still there.
Oh.
The Walled Lake Casino wasn't that far gone.
It burned down in 1968.
See?
So it was, yeah. But remnants of it were still there.
We're still there. So
I can tell you stories, but I won't.
Okay.
But I could.
So so it's been fun, and I'm sure we'll still
How
uncover
did
more.
Novi get its name?
We just learned that we do know, and stay tuned, because the historical commission, we met with them. Josh is laughing because we did hear.
It was
how
the number
Novi-
6 stagecoach stop.
No.
It was the number 6 train
Josh
station?
is going to do a video on that.
Well,
or Damon.
I'd like to watch that video because, there's legends galore out there.
There are
but
legends
There's only
galore.
one true story.
Yep.
I know.
So it's good. So thanks for coming out here with me, my friend.
Thank you for having me again. This is fun. We have fun together.
We do.
This
And was a
this
good
is our
place.
7th year.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, 7th year. Wow, yeah. Where are we going to go next?
Let's hold off and not tell everybody, but it'll be somewhere fun.
Okay.
Okay.
This was fun today. So,
I enjoyed this today.
And in all the time, we haven't been here in 7 years, so cool place.
A very cool place, and I think we should come back when they're baking, as we said in the
Yep,
first segment.
they do want to have us for bacon. That would be fun.
Maybe the next place we should go to, like a brewery.
Well, we could do Ascension, I guess.
Ascension.
I wonder if they make beer there.
I don't know, but I know they consume beer there.
Yeah, there you go. Too fun. There you go. There you go. But it would be fun to learn about the process and something, it would be fun to find something that was made in Novi.
I truly believe that another place we could go, it'd be crowded, but Maria's Bakery has been part of Novi's lore for as long as I've been here.
That would be fun too.
And she makes things from scratch there. She's there at 4 o'clock every morning.
Okay.
And I think she'd be a fun
That
fun
would be
interview.
fun.
Yeah.
That would be fun. So we'll come up with a good spot.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Have a great start to summer.
Summer. I don't know when this will be aired, but it's cold today. It was snowing this morning when I drove to work, but by Friday it might be 70 degrees.
Woohoo!
Woo!
I know.
I know.
Good stuff.
Get
Good
that
stuff.
Mustang out. Okay.
Thank you all for joining Mayor Gatt and I on this episode of Update Novi here at the Art Institute in Novi. we encourage you to check it out. Go to their website, and look up the Great Lakes Bistro, because it will be something that you'll be talking about and encouraging your friends to come and have lunch with for many, many years to come. Take care, and until next time, be safe.